everyone, and welcome to Portraits of Atlanta, the only podcast where you get to learn about your neighbors and what makes our community so great. I'm Allison Barnett with the Barnett Realty Group here at Sellect Realty, and today I am joined by two sisters that are local to East Cobb, Dale Jacoby and Sarah Thalheimer. So thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
And did I get the names right?
You got it that time.
Yay! Awesome. We did a couple of takes here, so we want to always make it fun for our listeners and viewers. So you guys are in charge of Noshfest, which is coming up in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. And I know this is a huge project for both of you, so I want to get into that. But first, I want to hear more about the two of you. Now, I could ask how long you've been sisters, but that would just be a little silly. So how long have you guys lived in East Cobb?
Well, we moved here in 1986. Mm-hmm. I was 5 and she was 1. And our parents moved to Atlanta for a job relocation for my dad and chose East Cobb because of the, what it has to offer, the great schools and the Jewish community. And it was a great place to live at the time, and it still is.
Now, where did you move from?
New Jersey, Cinnaminson, New Jersey.
Wow. Now, I moved from New York to Atlanta, so that's a pretty big change. Mm-hmm. Did you find that you understood everybody immediately?
I mean, we were so young.
We were young.
Really remember. Essentially, we're from, we say we're from Atlanta because we really grew up here.
Okay, so you didn't have to learn the lingo of Atlanta when you first moved here. You just grew up into it.
Right? Well, you'll notice neither of us have a Southern accent.
Most people in Atlanta, and especially in Cobb County, don't.
Right. Well, because it's all transplants.
Exactly,
right.
Exactly. So. My husband is actually the one person who was born at Kennestone Hospital back in the 70s. But he also doesn't have an accent.
Our younger sister was born at Northside.
Okay, so there are 2 people born in Atlanta. So you guys graduated from high school here. You grew up here, and you're still in East Cobb. Did you ever move away?
We both did. So I sort of stayed local. I went to Georgia Tech, so I was not very far. But then I bought my first house in Woodstock and then just moved back to East Cobb 3 years ago because I have kids and I wanted to raise them in this community. And I went to school in Statesboro and then lived in South Georgia for about 10 years.
Wow.
And I moved back to Cobb County about 4.5 years ago for a job opportunity and to be closer to family. Just being nearby was important. Didn't want to miss my nieces growing up and didn't want to keep missing family occasions. But 16 years is a long time to be away.
That is a long time. And so you both literally came right back to where you started. Is it the exact same area of Cobb County that you're living in?
For me, almost, yes. So we lived in Indian Hills, which is, a large community, and I'm now in a smaller neighborhood kind of down the road, but we're in the Walton district, so I never intended that, and it's sort of odd that my kids will end up going to the same high school that I went to. Of course, it's been completely rebuilt now, but it's kind of neat to see, my old stomping ground and what's the same and what's different.
Well, and I'm sure you've both noticed from the 80s and growing up and your kids going to the same high school, which is totally revamped from what it was. What are the biggest changes you think have happened over the years in Cobb County?
You know that corner where the, is it Sprouts? Is there? The Pine Straw Corner, I think they call it?
Yes.
It used to literally be a pine straw lot. Mm-hmm. My dad used to make a joke that was great real estate that they were just using for pine straw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how funny.
Yeah. It's really changed. There was a farm that was across the street from Walton High School when we were growing up. There was a bison that lived there. And we all made friends with the bison. We didn't really, but we all felt like we knew the bison. Even our childhood home isn't there anymore. With all the teardowns and rebuilds in Indian Hills, it was torn down in 2007.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's really different, but yet there's echoes. Mm-hmm. It still feels like the same community, and going to the temple that we grew up in, there's a lot of echoes there as well. So in some ways, it's very similar. In some ways, it's very different.
I think it's small town, big city, where. I agree with you. I moved here years ago, and there were cows across from across from Sprayberry High School, and there wasn't a town center mall. And now, look at us. It's grocery stores on every corner, and there's so many fun things to do. So, what's your favorite thing to do? What's your favorite restaurant in East Cobb?
Seed is my favorite. My husband and I are kind of foodies, and we don't really go out to eat that often because we have young kids, and so when we do, we tend to go to the same places that we know are kid-friendly. But when we, have a babysitter and we want to go out for date night, if we're going to stay local to East Cobb, that's my favorite place. But there are lots of good restaurants all around.
What about you, Dale?
I live in North Cobb now, so what I come to East Cobb for is Bagelicious.
Yeah.
You can't beat a good bagel at Bagelicious.
No.
So, as adults, when you return and you said that your family is all in the area still, and the schools have changed, where do you see East Cobb and Cobb County as a whole growing to? Now we have the Brave Stadium. What do you expect coming down the pipeline?
Well, we're running out of space.
I know.
It's amazing. They keep tearing down old things and building new things because there's not any space left to build. I see actually, it seems that the areas around East Cobb are actually growing a lot, and it's harder to tell when you're not in East Cobb anymore. And there are certainly school districts around here that are starting to rank up and be as great as the schools here. And, the urban sprawl has continued to grow.
It definitely has. Now, there has been some controversy on making East Cobb its own zip code.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? You're still living in East Cobb. You're in North Cobb.
Honestly, I don't see what the benefit is. I've heard kind of both sides of it, but I kind of doubt that it will actually go through. So I don't know that it's, I don't really understand what's the purpose of it.
And in North Cobb, I love the North Cobb area because you're really hitting Ackworth and Woodstock.
Mm-hmm.
So you're so close to so many great things.
I'm equidistant from all of them, and I do spend time in all of them.
Now, if you're living in North Cobb and you're going to Woodstock, what is your favorite area of Woodstock? What's your favorite place to go in Woodstock?
I spend a lot of time on Town Lake. We do our favorite movie theaters up there. My gym is up there. Our favorite sushi restaurant's up there. We spend a lot of time off Town Lake in 92.
Nice. That's awesome. So are you both entrepreneurs? I know you have kids, so you're probably an entrepreneur at home running that household.
Sure. My background actually is chemical engineering. I worked for 5 years and then chose to stay home. So I'm at home with my kids now, and I do a lot of volunteering at the schools and at our synagogue as well.
Awesome.
I'm an event planner for Southern Company.
An event planner. Mm-hmm. So you are used to planning huge events.
Yes.
That might be why you started getting roped into Noshfest, and we'll get to that very soon. All right. So if you could give a shout out to friends in East Cobb, what would you tell them?
Come to Noshfest.
Shameless
it
plug.
is a fun event that really is for everyone. And since we spend so much time working on that, and that's kind of like our secret life. Our husbands joke that when we get together, we always end up talking about Noshfest.
We nosh.
Well, they came up with the term. They called it Noshfesting.
Oh yeah,
that it's like a verb. And so it is something that we put a lot of heart and soul into. And of course, this time of year when it's approaching, it takes up a lot more of our energy. So that's kind of top of mind for me right now.
Well, we're going to take a second so we can hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to hear all about Noshfest.
Portraits of Atlanta is sponsored by Sellect Realty. Sellect Realty is proud to present Honest Offers. Honest Offers is more than just an instant cash offer on your home. We let you know how much you profit when you sell by owner, traditionally, or a cash offer. With Honest Offers, you'll know which selling method is right for you, the way you want to sell. We're revolutionizing home sales with Honest Offers. Contact us at 770-509-0265 or go to selectrealty.com with 2 L's in the word sell.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. So I'm here with Sarah and Dale, and they have been planning Noshfest, and we were just starting to talk about how their husbands tend to lose them over this because it takes a lot of time. And I mean, they're sisters, so you guys are going to have a lot of fun just planning anything. And Dale's an event planner, so you can't go wrong with an event planner planning an event. But what is Noshfest?
So Noshfest rejoices everything Jewish. It's a community event, and we try to be really good community partners. But what we want to do is introduce the Jewish community to everybody else. Really, we want everyone to come in and see what we do. And I think there's a lot of questions around why do you meet on Saturday, and why do you eat this particular food, and what's with that weird music. And this is a chance to kind of come in a really informal way and learn about the Jewish culture in the same vein that the Greek festival brings Greek culture to the Atlanta area.
That's awesome. Now, how long has Noshfest been going on?
So this is our 10th, our 9th year. Mm-hmm. Next year, we've been talking about next year being our 10-year anniversary. So this is the 9th year right now.
That's a lot of years of planning. Has it grown a lot over the years?
It has. We've been with it. This is our 4th year planning it. It had 5 years prior to us. And since we have taken over, we've nearly doubled the size of the festival. I think they were welcoming 3,000 to 4,000 people through the gates, and we're expecting 5,000 to 6,000 this year.
Now, typically you have to plan huge events for a community, and you never know how many people are coming, and you're dealing with a lot of different aspects from vendors and music and the synagogue as a whole. What in the world made you want to take charge of this event?
So, as you know, we grew up here and at Temple Kol Emeth. We've known Rabbi Lebo since we were, very young kids, and he approached us and said, would you guys be willing to help out with this food festival?
Help out.
Right. And we said, sure. So we came to a meeting, and then they said, well, really, we'd like you to, step in as leaders and kind of start running the event. So we agreed. We said, well, if you'll do it, I'll do it. But we didn't want to do it without, each other. So the first year we were sort of shadowing with somebody else, leading and learning how, to really run the show. And then we took it and ran with it after that, and we've made a lot of changes, and it's like Dale said, it's grown a lot.
Just because somebody said, "Can you help?" Mm-hmm. You're now in charge.
It's really hard to say no to the rabbi.
Right.
Well, I guess that's pretty understandable. I guess that really is very understandable. So, as sisters working on an event together, does that present a challenge for you?
Actually, I think it's made us closer. Mm-hmm. I had just moved back to the Atlanta area. And I don't know that we were really seeing eye to eye because we were in very different places in our life. And it really helped us to value each other more and find common ground. And, where I am strong, she's weak, and vice versa. And so I think we complement each other and come to really respect each other as adults.
And as co-chairs, you probably both bring so much to the table in ideas that instead of just one person making an event, you have a lot of thought processes happening.
We bounce a lot of things off each other. And like Dale said, we really do kind of counterbalance each other well. And there's sort of like this unspoken, sister language where, I'll pick up things that she doesn't, and, I'll say, can you do this? Or I'll do that. And I feel like it's easy and comfortable, and it's been a lot of fun.
We've always said we don't want to do it without each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. So what is the biggest challenge of creating an event like Noshfest?
I would say for us, we've found, because the event has been, happening for so many years, and before we came on board, there were a lot of people who felt like this is how we've always done it, and we've tried that before, it didn't work, and sort of, kind of changing that norm. And pushing the boundaries a little bit. And so we've had pushback from the community in general, but we've always had positive results. And I think our challenge moving forward is, what are we going to do different now? And how do we make it better and bigger? And, new ideas and kind of freshening the event from year to year.
Also getting volunteers. Volunteerism is a really big part of the culture around Judaism in general, and it is a volunteer-run event. We volunteer our time, and we have a committee of people who volunteer their time to make it happen. It's not just us. We just
delegate.
Yeah, we delegate.
So how many people are on the committee?
We have to, 12?
Yeah, it kind of varies between 10 and 15. Some people have more of a backseat role, and you don't see them at meetings every month. And then there are other people who are, at every single meeting. They're there for the full, festival. It's a 2-day event. Plus, they're set up the day before, and all of the tear down and cleanup after. So, really, the committee itself is, like you said, 12-ish people. But then we probably have 150 volunteers.
I think it's higher than that. I think it's closer to almost 300 volunteers. I know we have over 500 volunteer slots for the weekend to do different jobs and to help with different aspects.
Wow.
And certainly we have volunteers that fill 5 or 6 of those slots at a time for us. But we really get the entire community involved.
Have you ever done a head count or a foot count to see how many people are actually attending this event? Because if you're thinking 500 people putting this event together, I can't even imagine the number of people attending.
We do. We actually keep a clicker, and our greeter keeps up with the people that walk through our gates every day.
What was your last count?
It was right over 5,000 last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a great event.
Thanks.
And it is outdoors,
Mhm.
correct?
Correct.
Now, where would people find the event?
It's at the at Old Canton and Soul Mill, 1415 Old Canton Road, and it takes place in our parking lot. So parking for the event, we gratefully accept the parking lot of the church across the street. People will park up and down the streets, and they come in through our primary entrance at the Temple on Old Canton, and we welcome you through the gates.
Now, Noshfest, a lot of Jewish people like to use the term nosh for just snacking and being together and enjoying, life and flavor. What should people expect at this Noshfest? Because I'm sure there's going to be some good food.
That's right. So there's definitely food has kind of always been the focus of the festival, but we just want to remind people that there's more than just the food there. So pretty much all of the traditional Jewish foods that you think of will be offered. And then there's other types of food. There's going to be a lot of, sweets and cool treats and, Mediterranean type food. So we have all of our vendors who sell the food at one area. There's a big stage with live entertainment going on. There's going to be bands and DJs and Israeli dancing. And there's a bagel eating competition on Sunday.
You cannot go wrong with a bagel eating competition.
Right.
It's going into its 4th year.
Wow.
And we do welcome professional eaters every year. We've had 2 or 3 every single year. It's a $500 cash prize.
$500 cash prize.
It's not too late to sign up.
All right, folks. So there's a $500 cash prize to eat bagels. Are you hearing this? Make sure to take note.
How many bagels can you eat in 5 minutes?
I don't know, but I would be probably willing to try for $500. Is the cream cheese included?
No, they're
No cream cheese.
plain
Okay,
bagels.
so it's straight up bagels. So just
Straight up
take
bagels
note
and
of
water.
that.
Bagelicious is the sponsor, so you know how big those bagels really are as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you said traditional Jewish food. What, for people who are unfamiliar with Jewish food, would be a traditional Jewish food other than bagels? Because we know the bagels.
So we're really excited, actually. We have a new partner this year, Knishalicious, out of Raleigh, North Carolina, found us. And he makes homemade knish in his bakery. And they are beautiful. They're beautiful little pouches of potato. And he has 5 or 6 different flavors. I think it's there's a sweet potato and kashi and potato are the ones that we're bringing here. So he's going to be coming down and being featured in our Nosh Street Eats booth.
Yummy.
And he'll be selling knish like at the festival that you can order ahead of time and then have shipped to you or purchase at the festival and take home with you. And then other kinds of foods we'll have, corned beef and pastrami and matzo ball soup and rogala and hamantashen and challah and what else?
We have, another very traditional dish
already.
is kugel, which if you're not Jewish, you probably are like, what is that? Well, it's a traditional egg noodle dish, and it's made lots of different ways. Some people make it sweet, some people make it savory. So our sisterhood actually bakes all of the kugels that we will be selling at Noshfest, and it's delicious. It's, one of my favorite things I look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't have to be Jewish to attend this, correct?
Oh, gosh, no.
Okay, so this is a community event for
everybody's
everyone.
welcome. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, how can people find out what it costs to get into it? Is there a cost?
It's actually free to attend. We do partner with Must Ministries, and we ask you to bring canned goods for their food drive, but it's free to attend. Now, we are a ticket event, so you can walk around and just look at everything and interact with the vendors. The vendors take their own forms of payment, so we have craft and community vendors that'll be there, and some of them are doing fundraisers and some of them are selling their wares. So they manage their own payment. As far as food goes, we work off a ticket system. Tickets are a one-for-one trade, so you'll buy tickets at the gate and then use them to purchase food. Food items range anywhere from $2 to $10. We did start out as a taste event. Something new that we've introduced this year is actually full-size portions. So previously, it's always been get a taste of something for under $5, and all vendors will still offer taste options for under $5. But let's say you want an entire, Hebrew National hot dog and a knish, you could certainly buy that and have a home meal without having to go to every booth.
That's great. Now, to get those tickets, do you take credit cards or is it just
do.
cash?
Nope, with cash and credit card.
All right, so entry is some canned goods from Must Ministries, which is amazing because you're also giving back to the community that you live in. And then just bring some money to have some fun.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then there's something for the kids, something for the adults.
I was just about to mention that. We have a kids area. So we partner with JRM Events, and he brings in a lot of bounce houses and bungee things and fun activities for the kids. We'll
Big
have a petting zoo,
slides.
big slides,
Face painting.
face painting.
In addition to all of that we've discussed, we didn't really touch that much on the vendors all that much. We probably have 50 vendors, booths lined up throughout the whole parking lot, ranging from pottery, painting. There's usually a caricature. There's all types of really unique Judaica, and some people are selling clothing, and there's really a wide variety of vendors at the festival as well. So it really is something for everyone. If you're not into the food, there's music, and there's it really is a lot of fun.
Now, are your vendors also local? Other than, coming from North Carolina with some food?
Some of them are, and some of them actually travel, and we're on their regular circuit every year. And we have people who've been with us all 9 years, and we have new vendors every year. I think most of them are local, so you are supporting your local, but you are definitely supporting small business.
So you're definitely a growing event when people are
Definitely.
coming from out of the area, and then you have community, and then you're giving back to the community. So this is an event that, just saying it, everybody shouldn't miss it. Where can they find out more information about Noshfest?
Our website is www.noshfest.com, and you can see all of the information. All of our sponsors are on there. All of the vendors are on there. There's a schedule that will show what's on the stage, as well as we offer tours of the synagogue. So somebody from our rituals committee will be doing guided tours and answering questions all about, the culture, the religion, the building, symbols, traditions. So it's a really cool thing. We have a lot of people come specifically for the tours, and we always have a lot of good feedback on that. So you'll get to kind of see the building. It's a beautiful sanctuary with stained glass windows, and so that's also on the website. The tour schedule, the address, and there's space on there for volunteers, which we welcome anybody from the community to volunteer as well. We also will sign if somebody needs service hours, students or anybody who needs, hours. We always
Get out of that parking ticket.
There you go.
As Dale said, it takes a lot of manpower, and it's all volunteers. So, if anybody's interested, there's all the information is on the website.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go to Noshfest, find out more information about Noshfest, the times, the event planning. This is outdoors, and it is what weekend?
It is Labor Day weekend. We're always Sunday and Monday of Labor Day weekend.
Okay, so now you have plans for Labor Day weekend. Now we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to do a little bit of a lightning round and find out a little bit more about these chairwomen who are putting so much effort into this great event. Stay tuned.
Portraits of Atlanta is sponsored by Sellect Realty. Sellect Realty is proud to present Honest Offers. Honest Offers is more than just an instant cash offer on your home. We let you know how much you profit when you sell by owner, traditionally, or a cash offer. With Honest Offers, you'll know which selling method is right for you, the way you want to sell. We're revolutionizing home sales with Honest Offers. Contact us at 770-509-0265 or go to selectrealty.com with 2 L's in the word sell.
All right, everybody, we are coming in for the lightning round with Dale and Sarah. So, first question, what is your favorite bagel?
Everything.
Everything bagel. What type of music is your favorite?
Well, I listen to a lot of kids' music because my kids are around, but if they're not in the car, I would say probably like alternative rock.
Yeah, 90s alternative rock.
You can't go wrong with the 90s. No. What was your favorite age growing up in East Cobb?
Ooh, that's tough. Probably teenage years.
Yeah, I was going to say high school.
High school.
Okay. And if you were your favorite chocolate bar, which would it be?
So for me, I'm a big chocolate peanut butter lover, so Reese's Cup would be mine.
That was where I was going to.
Definitely sisters. Now, what is your favorite ice cream topping?
Oh, nonpareils.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh,
there's our timer.
Yeah.
Time is up. It was fun. So thank you both so much for being here. Dale, Jacoby.
Yep.
And Sarah Thalheimer, thank you for co-chairing on this amazing Noshfest event. Be there Labor Day weekend and go to www.noshfest.com. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.
Portraits of Atlanta is sponsored by Sellect Realty. Sellect Realty is proud to present Honest Offers. Honest Offers is more than just an instant cash offer on your home. We let you know how much you profit when you sell by owner, traditionally, or a cash offer. With Honest Offers, you'll know which selling method is right for you, the way you want to sell. We're revolutionizing home sales with Honest Offers. Contact us at 770-509-0265 or go to selectrealty.com with 2 L's in the word sell.